My most anticipated games of 2018. Some of you guys have reached out in the comment section of my recent GTA streams and asked what my most anticipated games are of 2018. So I made a list. It's a bootleg list at best. It's not going to be in any particular order, but it's going to be the games that I had looked through and actually gave a shit about. So the first game actually came out on February 1st, I believe, Battalion 1944. It's in early access right now on PC. I guess it's like a classic reboot shooter, take you back to the Call of Duty 2 days. The gameplay I saw from it, I don't know, about 6 months ago, looked pretty damn cool. So I'm probably going to go ahead and scoop that up. I think it's $15 to check out right now. I did see they were having some server issues, so I'll probably look into it a little more before jumping the gun, but it's $15, so I don't understand how you could pass it up. Shadow of the Colossus, been watching Rad Brad stream that. Shout out to him here recently, and that game looks amazing. I never played it on the PS2, so playing it at 60 FPS on the Pro is definitely going to be a true treat, so I'm definitely going to pick that up. The next one on the list, guys, this one hits home. This one hits home hard. Back in the days of the Super Nintendo, probably my close runner-up to Final Fantasy III on that system, I'm talking right there with it, was Secret of Mana. They announced they were doing a remake. I thought it was a PS4 exclusive. Apparently it's not. I'm not sure if it's coming to Xbox, but I do know it's coming to PC. And the story of Secret of Mana is one of those legendary gaming stories that you will just never probably see again. We get a lot of good stories, but there's certain stories such as Final Fantasy III and Secret of Mana that just stand out to me. Now, the only thing I didn't like that I saw when it comes to the remake is the art style. The art style looked way too weird, Japanese type weird, mixed in with some cartoony bullshit. Granted, the first game was cartoony, yes, but when you see this game, you will actually understand what I'm talking about. That being said, I'm still excited for it. Probably pick that up on the PC. Far Cry 5. Definitely interested in Far Cry 5. I have not beat a Far Cry game since Far Cry 3. Didn't really care too much for 4. And then 4 was good, but it just didn't rope me in like the first few Far Cry games. The first Far Cry game I ever played was on the 360. I think it was called Far Cry Instincts, where you had these feral powers where you could like claw the fuck out of people like Wolverine. And that game was badass to me, and that sold me on the franchise. But then they switched up the style to not being just a first-person shooter. They switched it up, I believe, on 2. And Far Cry 3 was more like the first games, but they still had those elements that they added in, the open-world elements of 2. So definitely interested in it, though. The story looks pretty damn cool to me. That's definitely on the list. The next one on the list is a no-brainer, God of War 4. I mean, if you're a legit gamer, how could you not be interested in God of War 4? To me, that game is definitely going to be Game of the Year potential. Every single God of War before this one has been stellar, so why would I have any reason to doubt that they're not going to come correct with 4? Next on the list, Dark Souls Remastered. As you guys know, I've been trying to push through Dark Souls 3 for quite some time now. Made it pretty far on the PS4 version. Played a little co-op with that on Blaze. He hooked me up with a bunch of cash on the game and got me started. Shout out to my boy Blaze. So I'm definitely interested in checking out Dark Souls Remastered. The graphics in general are going to be, to me, probably better than they were on the PC version, and I just want to get back to it because I hear from all the Souls heads out there that it's the best one in the franchise. So definitely want to check that one out. The next one's also a no-brainer, Red Dead Redemption 2. As you guys that have been watching the streams know, and as you see with this footage, I've been working on getting through GTA on the PC, and playing this game it just became even more evident to me. I mean, we already all know it, but Rockstar always brings that heat. As far as the microtransactions that are going to be in Red Dead 2, I would assume that these are just going to be cosmetic transactions. I wouldn't worry nothing about it. But that's a whole nother video anyway when it comes to microtransactions. So obviously Red Dead 2, Spider-Man. Definitely interested in Spider-Man. Tried to get into Batman Arkham Origins a little while back. Couldn't really get into it. Not that it's bad or anything. Just really wasn't feeling it at the time. But I think that Spider-Man could be the superhero game to fucking end all superhero games. That game is going to be amazing. I got no doubt about it. State of Decay 2. That's probably the only exclusive game on the Microsoft side of things that I'm interested in, to be honest with you. I liked the first one. I played it on PC for a little bit, but the animations and all that type of thing were just too dated for me, and I just shelved it and decided to wait for State of Decay 2. Definitely interested in that. Days Gone looks to me like it's going to be awesome as well. As far as another game that's already out, Monster Hunter, I want to try it. I've been watching Grim Glenn stream it. Shout out to Glenn. I think Trev streamed it as well. It looks pretty damn cool to me. It looks to me like the fun to be had on that game is probably with co-op, but the single player definitely looks interesting. You're getting out there slaughtering monsters and all this kind of thing. It's got the quirky Capcom style to it as far as like the characters and things like that. So definitely want to check that out. Ace Combat 7. Ace Combat 7. I used to love the Ace Combat games. If they can get this one out there without fucking it up, it's got potential to be a stellar jet game. Definitely want to check that out. Darksiders 3, I like the graphics, the art style that they're using from the footage that I've already watched. Very little footage out there, but there is some if you just get out there and look. Definitely looks pretty cool. Again, I know that the other ones are supposed to be good, but I watched Oh No It's Alex stream those, or one of them at least, and the graphics were just way too dated for me. There's no way I could get into that. Call me what you will. Call me a graphics whore, but I got to have my games looking good, man. No doubt about it. Metro Exodus, loved Metro Redux when the Xbox One first came out. That was one of the first games I bought. Never played them on the 360 previously, and those games were awesome to me. Last one is kind of like an honorable mention type runner-up situation, and it's the I believe you call it Vampire game. I think it's going to be a PS4 exclusive. Vampire. I don't know how the hell you say it, but anyway, that game has the potential to be super interesting. But I just have this feeling that they're going to jack it all up, and it might be a full-blown piece of shit. So that's my list, guys. Nothing real serious. No big-time video here. Checking out the GTA gameplay. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And if you guys have time here in a little while, you're chilling, not doing nothing, come by, check out the GTA stream that I will be going live with here very shortly. I'm going to holler at you guys later. As always, chime off in the comment section. And I'm out of here, guys. Appreciate you.